You on?
Yeah, we're on.
Verdict is the 4th of November, so back to court, which again is more fees because they just said now we're going to have another bill for another day in court. It's just insane, isn't it? Another bill for another day in court. We heard all the evidence. There was no evidence, yeah? So they arrested me under terrorism legislation, which is where they're meant to find out if I'm a terrorist. All they asked me about was my political beliefs. All they asked me about. So they didn't ask me about anything to do with violence, terrorism. In the end, they threw in something about far-right extremism. They didn't ask me anything about that. They just asked me about my legal, lawful, legitimate political beliefs, which is what this was about. This was about detaining me because I'm Tommy Robinson and because I'm outspoken on subjects such as Islam. You heard it from the final officer, Islamophobia. So what even is Islamophobia? What, you can't have an opinion of Islam without getting detained under the Terrorism Act now in Great Britain? But that's it. So I'm 4th of November, which is a good thing because it means I get to go on a state visit to Israel tomorrow to form friendships and allegiances with a government that actually understands Islamic Jihad and doesn't just understand them, a government that will stand in the face and fight them rather than bow and pander to them. Because unfortunately this government bows and panders to Islamic Jihad. They've lost, they've surrendered already. Surrendered, recognised a terrorist state. So yeah, I'm happy because I thought they may try and lock me up today to prevent that. But yeah, I'm off tomorrow, and then I'm back in court now on the 4th of November for my verdict.
And my final point, I went upstairs earlier on to use the toilet. I then went into court 1. When I arrived, I saw this young gentleman being dragged out.
Getting dragged out. They dragged him out. I was sitting in there, and the judge had said, Ezra, after fighting, recognised, because he had to recognise, that he's a legitimate journalist that's come from Canada. Then when the judge went out of the back room, the staff come in and said to Ezra, you need to get out of here. And he said, well, the judge, I heard you saying, well, the judge has just said I can stay in here. Nope, you need to leave. Then they brought security in to forcefully eject.
And I was there.
You saw it, yeah.
No, I was there.
Okay, I was sitting in the dock to forcefully eject you from court. Mad. As I said, there's a war against citizen journalism being fought by the state.
It was shocking to me. I mean, the judge gave me the green light, and then the staff wouldn't have it.
But then they done it when the judge was out in the back.
Right.
So we don't know if the judge was on side or not.
Yeah, we don't know. You're right. Very strange.
So the judge may have gone out the back and forcefully had you removed. We don't know.
And that's only 1% of what you face here all the time. Yeah. Not even 1% of the deep state, if you can call it that. They don't want any challengers. You're a challenger to it. I'm a challenger in a smaller way.
They don't want anyone telling the other side. What's insane has been their reporting on this case. So let's see what happens on the 4th of November. And then we can dissect